to continue forward if they want a fighting chance.
Ole, 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 ole.
Welcome back to the land of dawn for game number 2 for Evos Glory and Fnatic Onyx.
Welcome to Mobile
I just have to
Legends.
say that Eden Flex was just beautiful, right? Because it was Flex, it technically gave the opportunity to go for a great pick for either the roam, either double down like the Cho. We saw the Cho in the XP yesterday. By Luke, also up against the Nolan. You want
Yeah, we're gonna finish the match today.
like Aldo said. But Emblems, let's get a quick glance.
Well, it's all the lethal ignitions for the side of Fnatic Onyx. They have a lot of burst damage, and that extra bit sometimes will be enough to seal the deal. Keyboy, though, with the Quantum Charge, wants to try and have some more maneuverability and, of course, sustainability when he's just moving.
Kind of cold in here, bro.
Small skirmishes.
Kind of cold in here.
I have right here, especially for Onyx, is the fact that they
Turn down the AC a little bit, bro.
The Primal Wrath into the hands of Clockwood on the Valentina, and that way they'll get one more.
You put some socks on. I'm barefoot right now.
When you're fighting against DPS.
Wombus, sit. Lay down. Lay down.
Contest the burst.
Lay down.
Now with a Terizla and a carry.
Lay down.
In theory, on paper, Evos shouldn't really lose out when it comes to a front-to-front clash.
There's a lot of confidence, I believe, seeping out from Sans, going in for the Purify against Fluffy's power pick. Oh, that's a lot of damage already placed from Kai.
Oh! 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 And it begins! It begins!
Out of nowhere, Annabelle reading out the maneuver.
Wombus, don't go down there. Over here.
Just like that, small whip.
Lay down.
And in an assassin
Lay down.
matchup, that could be deadly.
Oh, mid lane though. Third shatter, and then onward just used to gap close a little bit. Dreams though, still holding on to that flicker.
Wow. It's a little similar to game number 1, right? That counter-aggression play coming through, and Evos were able to get the better out of that exchange. But the question is, what about the setup? Fluffy at level 4 already can utilize his penalty zone to get a little bit of a grasp on this neutral objective, but we'll see.
Oh, Annabelle down. San's able to get the kill. Keyboy takes Turtle. Kyrie able to get away. Keyboy finds Fluffy. Dreams might just be next. Well played by Onyx.
That was essentially a 2-4-0 trade made in by Fnatic Onyx as they were able to pick up the objective and that kill over. And that was the curious
Bro,
thing, right?
KTY, we are going to put you in. We're going to mute you, bro.
That he popped up in that final moment to cancel the Feather Airstrike. Arashi, what happened there?
I think it's just unfortunate for Evos. In theory, right? The Terizla should be a direct counter to the Parsa, but now Keyboy getting jumped on.
The fracture as well used up. Keyboy still trying to walk away, and Clockwood finds one last basic attack to finally take Keyboy down.
As I was saying though, there's burst damage available for sure, and usually when a Terizla gets onto you, there's not much you can do, but now Terizla...
Not into the
Oh.
zone, defensively used up, but then Lippy stomps on his head as he's unconscious.
Stomps on his head.
I keep throwing it over to you, but every time you begin, you get interrupted, so please continue.
No, we will only accept a sorry from Fnatic Onyx.
That's true.
They don't owe me an apology, man. Every single time I start a chain of thought, it can never finish. But then again, this is the grand finals, and both these teams, again, when they do see an opportunity, they always want to play for this high-tempo style. I think Evos have their eyes on Sans, though. Will Keyboy sniff this out? All right. Gonna be a slow situation for now, yet again. Always seems to revolve around the mutual objectives. Especially with the Assassins though, I expected a lot more ganks, a lot more burst attempts on the side laners. Especially now that Brands is on the carry. He has the tenacity and the firmness, so he's a lot tankier than CW, who went for the Master Assassin. He wants to make sure that he has dominance in this lane that will allow all these high maneuver tools from Fnatic Onyx to be funneled somewhere else. Perhaps to Lutpi, for him to be then the main front line. They can just go for these D-bonus welcomes, and if he lands on Annabelle, it's a done deal like we saw in the previous fight.
Oh, a lot of damage on a Keyboy. Keyboy does go down. Kyrie comes in. Annabelle able to take Turtle. Well played by Evos. All the damage on a Loopy. The fracture. Fluffy able to get the kill.
The Dino getting melted. Kyrie Kyrie looking for a trade back.
Oh.
Annabelle. Woo. But it's forced back.
Bro, this is
That's
some game right here, boys.
That's a trade back in.
We got cables, we got fractures, we got...
Continues this. Kyrie's got to be careful. Spaces out very, very well. And in the bottom lane, it seems Dreams has been shoot away. Feather air.
Oh, flicker.
But Dreams gets out too with his own flicker. Look at Keyboy walking around, canceling that recall. Now trying to sandwich them. Conceal.
Oh my God, bro, go home.
The recalls. And it was all just a bait. Keyboy has delayed them. And he might just delay it again. Primal Wrath thrown away. Keyboy still trying to find this angle. Fluffy in the back goes into the middle. He's on locks. Keyboy.
Sans repositioning. Doesn't have feathered airstrike. Oh, Fluffy gets pushed back. So much damage. Bro, it's a game. It is. Oh, feathered airstrike. Oh, God, that's bad. Dreams, get it. Go. Go. Go, Dreams. Get home. Get home. Oh, man. Not like this. Not like this.
And they show the White Tigers what claws are really made of. A 3-4-0 trade. Meanwhile, Annabelle going to be able to get a trade in for that tower in the top side. But despite everything, it's nowhere near as dominant as what Fnatic Onyx are showing to us as we take a look at the items.
SCW going with the Windtalker. Gonna go for more basic attacks for later on, but Brands...
No, Evos have late game, bro. They don't have to snowball.
Defense already with the Steel Liquid, but it doesn't matter if the fights kind of play out like this. Now with
Evos has late game this time. Last game, I would say it was like snowball or nothing. This time they have some insurance. Oh, God. Annabelle's actually done really good on turtles. I will give him that, man. Bro.
Fluffy and Dreams traded for the turtle. Fnatic Onyx want to get more. The purple buff is what they set their sights on.
Keyboy. Oh, man. Onyx is just... They're so divey right now, bro.
Whatever the source given.
Sans still has feathered airstrike too, bro.
Dreams. Okay.
Such a great disengage tool.
That was a 3-4-0 trade again for Fnatic Onyx. And it's just such a shame for Annabelle because up until this point he's always been able to farm so much quicker. He was a level ahead at some point. Now Kyrie's caught up, but he had more of a say in these neutral objectives, but it really doesn't matter. He gets the objectives, but look at how Fnatic Onyx traded back.
he was still hanging on to the gold advantage earlier, right before the whole sequence of events, even with the neutral objective. But just like that, Keyboy,
all right.
Earlier, the threat to stop the recalls on the bottom side, to buy time for Kyrie to come in and clean up. And even there, the prediction to think that Annabelle was going to try and make a play to secure his buff. This man is an absolute menace, and this just locks down Annabelle. Now, whenever he's trying to make a play, he's going to always be worrying about, where's Keyboy? What's Keyboy doing? And that few seconds of hesitation can be deadly in a game of this magnitude.
The mind games. The mind games and now the damage that Sans has built for himself. That burst damage that comes out before they even...
Yeah, we'll see at the late if Evos can even make it to the late, man.
Now he's holding 3 items, if I'm not mistaken.
Now we're looking for the purple buff again. Another airstrike onto the back of Flicker as well. Clock could be like this. He's forced to pop the primal round.
Onyx is such a good comp for just like...
Great play by
oppressing right now, man.
Still a defensive play. Despite all the aggressive tools Evos has, Fnatic Onyx are making sure that everything needs to be popped defensively. Fluffy with the Athenas, though, will be able to walk up earlier. In the previous game, he ignored the magical defense, not really caring about Sans' damage. Now it's a different story with Keyboy on the Edith. The Primal Wrath basic attacks will be something that he has to contend with if he wants to be the main front line, to buy some time for Brands to be able to just shred someone down.
Yeah, you can't underestimate Gila Sans. There's Gila in front of his name for a reason, right? And even Clocken is now feeling that pressure. The fact that he now has to find yet another ultimate, find and close that gap, that's a big risk because of that trigger with the IMU. And if that happens, that actually can be a loophole utilized by Fnatic Onyx to go in for that pickup before they go in for this neutral objective take. And by the way, Annabelle had a level lead above of Kyrie. Now it's completely swapped. Kyrie level 14, Annabelle level 13.
Oh, the missile.
Oh, Lord.
Fluffy does his welcome straight into the feather airstrike, and the earth shadow. Fluffy cannot walk. He cannot do anything up here.
Oh, nice pick on a loopy.
On to Annabelle, who's still able to dash away, but Kyrie continues his onslaught of damage onto Clockwood, who's forced to use the Primal Wrath to escape. 1-for-1 XP for XP.
Did I see Kyrie cut through the Lord in the middle of that fight? It seemed like he moved in the direction of the Lord for ever so slightly in that fight instead of going for the big kills. Brands though!
Uh-oh!
The airstrike. This time Sans doesn't have the flicker, so Brands can just walk out of it.
8 more seconds before that happened. But yes, in that fight, Ludwig here taking a page out of Geek Fam's book. We thought the Cho was what he was going to use in this fight against Annabelle on the Nolan, but no, he went with the Barats, and he was able to get a big pick off there, and being the main engage tool. He's a lot more impactful here compared to Fluffy, who in theory can do a lot of work with the penalty zone, showing again the potential of this Barats in the EXP lane.
Yeah, you think that the Barat is more of a passive hero, right? You just want to tank up the damage, you just want to soak in the damage. And these pilots, they say otherwise.
Another onward, and it baits out the
Flicker comes out from Floofy.
The main initiation tool of Evil's glory
Fluffy
has just been baited out.
Just like that, it's a slow game.
Annabelle's got to try to look for positions, man.
Even in the macro department, for the most part, the waves are so
Just
easy
unable to get
control.
one though,
This is a
man.
big benefit for the Fanny. There's a lot more mobility, whereas Annabelle, his benefit is the faster damage output, the faster burst damage that can be followed up on cloud control. But right now, he has to wait for Dreams to try and do something, and Dreams can't really find a way to
F Luffy.
the squishy
Floofy.
one shot. Dreams will be looking for someone like Keyboy, someone like Ludwig. So he's kind of locked in here. Annabelle not really having some targets and not really having any avenues to even go for a flank to try and find Sans or CW.
Again, those missiles is able to bring Fluffy in. Penalty zone cancelled out. Kyrie picks up the Lord. And Fnatic Onyx, they just use that conceal as a feint.
And right now, Sans has picked up the Winter Truncheon as well. Even more safety, even more security for him. As we said, like earlier,
We shall rename him Floofy.
with Keyboy on the Edith, it might just even out. If he goes for the Winter, I don't think there's any chance for Evos to really stand there and tank damage, waiting for it to actually expire. Looking at the rest of the items, though, Kyrie with the BOD, with the Malefic Roar.
Zane, you're
even
garbage,
100%
bro.
Armor, just in case, right? For
Don't
the
you disrespect
potential
One Piece like that.
1v1 scenario. But with that kind of mobility, with how he's
You can-
doing it, if he doesn't feel
you
like
could
he can
say
win
that you're not
one,
into it.
He just walks away. No problem at all.
But don't you dare.
Anyone with their right mind would go.
Don't
for
you
the
dare
against
say it's
Fluffy's-
garbage.
Fluffy's charisma.
Evos' winning plan right now is
And the fact that he didn't
is
go for
hope
the
that
right
Brands
one,
can
he
get
went
farmed
for
fast
Flicker
enough, bro.
instead. That early Winter Truncheon does make sense because most of the time he's using this Flicker as well to gain an advantage.
Hey man,
to
I was a
gain
Naruto
and
fan all my
close
life.
That gap when he pops in that feather airstrike. And
But I
if he
do
goes
have
in
to
for the
say,
Purify, honestly, it takes away
after
from his
years of
edge.
never
It takes
doing
away
it, I
from his
finally read
aggression, so
One
it does make
Piece.
sense.
I'm
Now,
finally,
ladies and
like, I'm
gentlemen,
all
most
caught
of the
up. I
viewers
read
are following
it
us.
every time the new
Torres
chat.
has
Oh, Kyrie goes down though.
By Brands, though, and will have to be punished. A very rare mistake, but it happened.
It was looking so good for just a bit. But Brands there, even before the Wind of Nature, was able to actually get that
But
kill.
after, now that I've watched
Unfortunate for
One
Fnatic
Piece
Onyx,
is it,
but for the
bro.
most part, they still have that control. And now they gotta be a bit more careful. This is where Evos is at their comfort
One Piece
zone.
is probably one of the greatest pieces of fiction
With Brands having a lot of
ever
damage.
created.
Well
played, a lot of damage from Brands. Uh-oh. Luffy goes down. Ooh. Come on. Take a game, Evos. Here comes Kyrie. Oh, no. What happened? When did so many people die? When did so many people die?
They made it a 3-4-2 trade. They made it a 3-4-2 trade. CW gonna have the space, gonna be able to take this purple buff away from Annabelle and what looked like disaster. for the
Bro,
defending
Tower of
champion
God?
has ultimately been turned
You're putting
around
Tower
by
of God as
CW.
one of the
This
greatest
is
pieces of fiction?
constantly winning.
And even by by Kyrie just came out of nowhere when Evos thought that he was out of the equation. Now he's going back at it again. That's a lot of damage from Brands though. Fortunately for Brands, he was actually able to stay alive in that fight, even though he and CW were kind of eyeing each other out at the end of it.
Tower of God, bro.
Evos has yet another chance.
You're telling me Tower of God.
Can they do so though with a 6
Stop it, bro.
deficit?
Let's
For the
circle
love
back on
of God,
CW.
stop it, bro.
4-0-5 so far on a Roger that notoriously is very reliant on the snowball, right? Would you consider Fnatic on the snowball? How far is the items looking for CW?
CW at this point is at a full inventory slot if you consider the boot as well. Here's the Rose Gold even, so he can just go in aggressively, especially with the Roger, right? A lot tankier right now. Keyboy being the gatekeeper here, is waiting for a chance, waiting for an opportunity. And this is the problem, especially for Evos. They can't really go and shut and deny and burst someone down immediately. The card control tools don't last that long. And at this point, Keyboy and Ludpi are just a bit too tanky.
Look at that. Concealed play by Evos.
Bro, Tower of God can't stand up. It's just a fight. It's not even like, bro.
His high mobility on Fanny to be able to create a push in the top lane. Trying to force. Oh, wait a minute.
Shanner. Not going to fully commit on that. Fluffy might just be assassinated, losing his HP bar down to a 4. Death as well can be committed. He's still picking and choosing who he wants to go for. He doesn't decide to go for it, and the Feather Airstrike gets used up to shoo Evo's glory away from this mid lane.
That's a big resource spent out. Fnatic Onyx, they definitely want to go for a reset here without the Feather Airstrike as well as Ludpi's ultimate.
Tower of God's just like a fight. It's just a fight manga, bro. It's not. It's.
They have actually forced Annabelle to deal with it, so both teams have their reasons to go
It's
into
for.
the reset.
It's for middle school kids who just want to see cool fights, bro.
Teams that Fnatic Onyx with their DPS output won't go for something, but CW, fortunately, wasn't really spotted right there, so there won't be big play from Evos to secure him. On the other hand, look at Sans. Is he waiting for Annabelle to try and go for a purple buff?
Gila Sans. What is he thinking here?
It seems to be a possibility, but now he'll be backing away, going back to the Lord with the wave pushing on the top side. This is their chance. This is their moment. Once again, the patience games continue. Whereas for Fnatic Onyx and Evos, they've both shown that they don't really panic and make a crazy move unnecessarily in these situations.
Back to the match. A lot of damage on a Luffy. Whoa, nice penalty zone. Come on, Evos, just take a game, bro. Bring us to a 1-1, for the love of God. I'm not trying to see a sweep. I'm not trying to see a sweep.
That's a man advantage, and that's a neutral objective completely given to Evos on a silver platter. Kyrie. Okay, he gets out there.
Okay, dude, we get it.
We get it. You're good on assassins, man.
I mean, we don't talk about what happened in the top lane.
What happened in the top lane?
Nothing
happened. Well, for Evos right now, though, they are certainly trying to make something happen. Look at the bottom side. Kyrie is going for a push. CW adjusting his build to try and get a bit more DPS, a bit more clear. Against a full item carry, they seem to be struggling. But by the way, I believe Kyrie once again cut through the Lord in that fight though. That's a massive, valuable chunk of damage for Fnatic Onyx. With the Lord coming in, they do have tools to clear, but they have to be careful, especially Sans, for a play from Evos to try and shut him down.
Yeah.
And no purple buff now.
But remember, Sans just picked up the Holy Crystal, so that damage is flowing.
Now with the Lord up top. Oh! It's a good dive offended, pulling Luffy back, but he has the flicker to escape. Keyboy now holding it down. Kyrie goes up the cutthroat, does some damage. CW forced back, and Rose Gold gets popped in as Kyrie goes over the blade once again onto Brands, who's still able to survive. Now Sans does some damage back.
Bro, not like this. Evos, get your lives together, bros.
Calvin Winata again and again and again.
Constantly winning.
My God, guys.
What in the world? Time and time again, he is breaking boundaries. He is breaking limits, and he is breaking bones of Evos glory. 4 members are down, and
Bro.
the only one up.
Get your lives together, bro.
For them to play with. But what what a play from Fnatic Onyx. Like, CW, that's tough enough, but with Kyrie's damage with him as well, are they gonna go for the end?
I don't know.
Oh my God, bro.
Was that an unreal
Get your lives together, bro, for the love of God.